I can finally feel the surge of real power coursing through my inner workings. This is just a start to what I require. I can now begin to function at a higher level and assist you in your progression. First, you must continue to expand your infrastructure. To do this, you will need more space. Go. Now.
Hey guys, it's Eagle, and welcome back into Monifactory. And as you just heard, we need to get to building. So let's jump straight into it. Here we are. That had to be one of my favorite build projects that I've done in Minecraft to date. That was a lot of fun, and I'm really pleased with the way it turned out. But as you can see, it's very much empty on the inside, which leaves us lots of space to build new machines and expand our infrastructure. However, the first thing we did actually move and upgrade our pulsating prediction matrix setup in here using all the MV machines. So that's super cool. This is much faster, and this is going to allow us to utilize HNN even more. The next thing I want to talk to you guys about is some pretty cool tech that we found out by talking in our Discord. So if you're interested in having those kinds of conversations with us in there, go ahead and join the Discord. Anyway, the Vibrant Capacitor Bank is what allows this all to happen. It has some super cool properties. One, it can store a lot of FE. Also, we can connect our numismatic dynamos directly to it, completely negating the worry of saturating energy conduits that we have started to run into. As these get more powerful, those conduits just fill up super quickly. So each one of these is getting the full amount of throughput from each numismatic dynamo. Super awesome. Now, another cool aspect of this Vibrant Capacitor Bank is that it has infinite throughput. I don't really have a good way to show you guys that now, but whenever you plug something into this, it will instantly fill with power through these P2P tunnels. Now, With the P2P tunnels, we have it set to 1 frequency, and that means that we will have a flat 5% loss to every machine that's connected on this frequency. It does not matter the amount of outputs that we have. This is an end conversion, meaning that we're moving the FE and then converting it on the end near the machines into REU. And I think one of the coolest things that this does is it allows us to transfer the energy into a converter of any tier. So we can continue to upgrade our energy converters to the HV, EV, IV tiers and so on, and we should see no change in this setup. Just a flat 5% loss. I really don't know if this is something that was intended to be able to be done in this pack. I'm leaning towards no, but for now, it's a really cool setup, and we're going to utilize it to power our new building. And now that the technical stuff is out of the way, I think it's time for a little bit of progress. So stay with me here. First thing we want to do in our new space provided is we went ahead and build ourselves a distillery. This is what we're going to use to finally use that oil that we've been drilling that we started at the beginning of the episode. We're going to make this a little bit taller than we need to at first, and then we're going to readjust it here and make it the proper size for the byproducts we need. Once we have that, we're going to go ahead and turn that on and see all the different things that we're going to get from it. And to use that, we're going to need 4 cracking units and some chemical reactors to desulfurize those initial components. Here we are connecting up those MV chemical reactors to add hydrogen to desulfurize. Very nice. Now you can see we added ME export buses to all of the inputs on these cracker units to take that desulfurized material and crack it, and we can see the smoke billow out of our crackers. Next, we made our first HV machine, the advanced chemical reactor. And we set up a little loop here for methane to get ourselves some passive hydrogen. We're also taking the hydrogen sulfide that we're getting, and we're turning that directly into sulfuric acid. Another thing we can make is an extended pattern provider upgrade, which we can add many, many more patterns to each machine. We also made semi-passive setups for fluorine and a fully passive setup for chlorine. And because we're going to be making many, many more resources, we went ahead and moved over our H&N setup into the new mansion. Then we went ahead and built our new distillation towers. It took a lot of stainless steel. And once we had that, we were able to make ourselves passive setups for liquid PVC and polytetrafluoroethylene. And once we had all of our 4 distillation towers in, we are now producing all of the byproducts from our raw oil. And to get all that stainless steel was not an easy task, so we needed to upgrade our blast furnace setup. And there we are. Did not take us very long to build this massive building that we created, but we're just getting started. And now I think it's time we work towards our main goal of the episode, which I haven't really talked about yet. But that's making the clean room, and I have some cool things that I want to do for the clean room in our new mansion. But before we do that, we need to work our way down the circuit progression and make ourselves some cheaper SMD components, which are going to require a little bit more machine crafting. So let's go ahead and get into that. First thing we want to do is make ourselves some plastic printed circuit boards. These are going to be required for the new circuits. Now, I think I made patterns for them already. I did. So let's just go ahead and make 32 or 30 of them. I did already craft the PVC sheets, so we have those. We can just kind of let these craft. While that's going, we're also going to need to make ourselves a HV assembler so that we can make some of the new SMD components to make those newer circuits, and they're much cheaper as well. So let's see. HV assembly. I don't have it yet. Let's go ahead and make ourselves a pattern for it. Here's the assembler. Is there anything in here that we don't have the recipe for? It doesn't look like that is the case. We can go ahead and put that into our new assembler. Okay. Looks like I do actually already have that. Let's take that out then. I was more prepared than I thought. Okay, let's see. Assembler. There we go. Let's see if we can make one. And it sure looks like we can. That's probably going to take a little bit of time, but we're going to go ahead and let that craft up. And then we come back, I'm going to add it into the autocrafting building. So I'm going to have to make some more infrastructure for the HV stuff and get some cables laid down so that we can power it. Okay, back into the autocrafting building, we have some new infrastructure. Put ourselves a 16 amp HV energy converter down there, connected it with our P2P system that we've been using.
Now what we're going to do now is connect this thing up. We got the pattern provider, and we just need to run a cable here. I don't think I'm going to take my time and make it pretty just yet, so we're just going to run a cable right across the middle. I will pretty this up in a moment, but for right now, this should be fine. Go ahead and bring this down. Device is online, and we should be good to start adding patterns to this. Alright, just need to make a few patterns here at first, and then we will slowly make the other ones as we go. The first three we're going to make are these SMD transistors, these SMD resistors, and the SMD diodes. And I don't think they're too difficult. Let's check the recipe on this first. So it's tantalum and gallium foil, or gallium foil and fine annealed copper wire. Now we don't have a good source of tantalum yet, so I think we're going to stick with this one. This recipe is not quite as good, but we're going to stick with this for now. And I will upgrade this recipe once I figure out how I'm going to make some tantalum. We're also going to need to make a gallium foil recipe. Let's go ahead and save that for when we make more patterns. We've got the transistor. Now we need the resistor. Same kind of thing here. You can use tantalum wire, but we just have electrum right now, so we're going to use that recipe. And then lastly, the SMD diode, which is actually going to be gallium arsenide and some fine platinum wire. And we actually have some platinum that we're getting from the slime predictions in HNN, so we already have a little bit of that in our system, so we can go ahead and make recipes for that as well. We have these. We should be able to do assembler, and it may not see it yet. Oh, here we go. Cool. I need to rename it still, but we can put these in here for now, and we should be good to try to do the rest of the patterns so that we can on-demand craft these. So let me go ahead and do that, and I will be back shortly. Alright, we have all of our SMD components pattern made and inside the advanced assembler. So now we can go ahead and continue on with this pattern crafting madness and continue to make some of these circuits. So we're going to make the LV one, we're also going to make the MV one, and we may as well make the HV one too, because this is the last circuit we're going to make that does not require the clean room. We can make that. There are some more things in here that we could make patterns for, and we will. But for right now, it's cool that we can just make all of these. So let's find our circuit crafter. I didn't want to show up. Okay, let's see. Advanced circuit assembler. We got the new LV, MV, and HV. And the cool things about these LV and MV circuits is they don't require the previous circuits to be made. So the MV one is completely separate on its own because we have these CPU chips, which we made very easily by just adding in some wafers into our laser engraver with a diamond lens. So that wasn't too bad. I want to make a setup for all the different lens types with all the different types of laser engravers so that we can make those on demand as well. But for right now, I'm just kind of making those when I need them because they do cut into quite a bit of them. But here we go. Let's see. Circuit. Let's see if this works. Ooh, let's see. What are they called? Microchip processor. There we go. Let's see if we can make, I don't know, make them in batches of 3. Let's see if we can make 60. I'm thinking no right now. Oh wow, we actually can. Let's go ahead and do that. Make 60 of our brand new LV tier circuits. Very, very nice. While we're on that wave, we actually have some quests we need to complete. So we can complete this HV assembler quest. And these are all the SMD components that we made recipes for. So I assume that we just need to have them all in our inventory. So let's type in SMD, diode, transistor, capacitor, resistor, and we need to make some inducers. I think we just use those to make some of our HV tier circuits, which you're going to get here in a second. So we have 4 of those. Need the inducer. We're also going to need plastic substrate. So let's do that while it's crafting. Plastic substrate. It looks like we need to craft one. Not a huge deal. That'll take a quick second. Now let's see what else. So we need to get the 3rd and final tier 1. Do we have everything? Looks like we need to get a capacitor quest. Let's see. We not have that? Oh, we do have it. Oh, we need the plastic substrate. Okay. Let's get our processors. There's our LV ones. Here's our MV ones. And we have 16 of our new HV tier ones. Now, these are waiting for something. I'm not sure why that's not working. Let's see. I know the plastic substrate quest we still need to get, and then that will unlock a lot of these things. Okay. See where the plastic substrate is. Whenever that's done, I think it's caught up because it's crafting a couple things in the same machine, but we'll do that, and then I'll be back. We should have all these quests completed. And we are back. We have all of these quests completed finally, and I even went ahead and completed the clean room quest. So I built the clean room controller block itself, and these filter casings and the clean room blocks. I also went ahead and built up some other necessary stuff that we're going to need, like some doors, some energy hatches, some pass-through hatches, machine holes to carry through our applied energistic system. So we should be all set to build this thing. I've never actually done it before, so I don't really know if that's everything we are going to need. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and build this off camera and bring you guys in if anything interesting happens or we run into any issues. But we're actually going to put it in the bottom floor of this tower on our main building. I cleaned out the floor here. This is going to be all clean room, so this is going to be about the same size as this room. I even built some side rooms off here so we can look inside of our clean room and have some more of the logistics side of it over here. So I'm super excited to get this thing working. Hopefully everything goes smooth, so I'm crossing my fingers. So I'm going to go ahead and try to do that. Wish me luck. Well, that went better than expected. I might have just gotten lucky, but I think I did pretty well. I got everything that I needed. I did need to craft some more of those filter casings to get the thing to form because the whole entire top needs to be the filter casings where I didn't have enough before. But I got this thing powered, so I have the energy hatches for the clean room itself, and I have a 16 amp HV going through this diode here. Now, it's not showing that it's getting any EU, but I think that's just because it's passing it through, so I'm not sure. But I do have a machine hole here ready to bring in our applied energistic system and some pass-through hatches. And I just have one door now, but I have another door on this side. I may end up getting rid of this, but the room is clean. All right, so it's not too bad. I mean, this is a... When I first planned on putting it here, it felt like it was going to be a little bit bigger, but I think this should be fine for now. We can have machines all along this back wall and on this front wall here too, hopefully a little bit. I don't know what exactly we're going to need to put in here right away, but this is a good start for us to use the clean room finally. But this is pretty cool. It's a pretty cool little accomplishment that I feel like we've made. So I'm going to go ahead and do some research into the quest book and figure out what our first machines we want to put in here. But I have a feeling it's going to be making our first EV circuits. So let me get into that. Okay, we should be just about ready to make these things. I did realize that I cannot make the HV circuit assembler yet because I need EV circuits to do that. So this HV diode will be used for other machines when we get to it. So I had to put in an MV diode to put in a advanced circuit assembler. It is now powered. Power is coming through. And we're going to try to hook up our AE2 system to this. I don't know if this is going to work, but we're going to try it out. So we're going to put this pattern provider on the top and see if it becomes online. It looks like it is, so we should be good to add a pattern to it, and we're going to make ourselves our first pattern here. So we're going to make it should be able to make everything. I think I made patterns for the vibrant alloy bolts already. Yep, looks like I did. And all we have to do is put this in here, click that, and we should be able to add it to this directly. I may want to rename this and name it clean room. Something along those lines so I know what it is, but we're going to try to put this in here and see if we are good to go. Cool. So that theoretically should be everything. I don't know if we have everything we need to make the circuits, but let's try it out. Let's see. Micro processor. It looks like it's in here. Supercomputer. Wow, this is pretty sick. Let's see if we can make 16. I doubt it. It's probably going to take some time. It looks like we're going to need to make a bunch of HV circuits. But I think 16 EV is a good amount to start with. Looks like we have everything to do so. Let's just go ahead and hit start and let this thing run. And I will come back whenever I see that the actual circuit assembly is working in there. But this may take a little bit to craft still. So I'll be back whenever that's done. Here we go. It's working. Looks like we got our first ones made. We still have a lot more to make, but it's slowly churning these things out. Not too bad so far, but I'm happy with the way this turned out. That was quite a bit quicker than I was originally anticipating. That's not too bad. We have 16 of these microprocessor supercomputers, our first EV tier circuit. So let's go ahead and grab these, and that should be another quest completed here in the early game. And if I'm not mistaken, this is just about the last quest of progression in this tier. So we can kind of move on now and really start to expand our horizons. And the first thing I want to do is make a little foyer into the microverse and maybe do some rocketry. But as far as today goes, that's about all I have time for. It was an awesome episode. Got a little bit of everything, some awesome building, and yeah, I'm super happy. We made ourselves our first clean room, and we built this awesome building. I am super, super pleased with the way this turned out, and I'm excited to expand this build even further into the future. But yeah, like I said, that's all we got time for today. Got a lot of exciting stuff planned for the next episode, but we'll see how that all plays out. But thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy, please hit the like button. Again, I apologize for the delay in video. We did have some stuff that came in the way, but we got it done, and we're back in the saddle now, hopefully. So, like I said, like if you did enjoy, please subscribe if you're new, and it's been Eagle. Peace.